Have you ever wondered which places on this planet are almost inaccessible to humans? Today, I'll take you on a journey to explore the 10 most difficult places to reach on Earth. Trust me, when you understand how challenging these places are to access, you'll be amazed. Especially the last place. Its difficulty level will completely overturn your imagination. 10. Mount Everest, Death's Own, the forbidden zone touching the sky. Located on the border between Nepal and China's Tibet-autonomous region. Mount Everest is the main peak of the Himalayan range and the highest mountain on Earth. Its death zone lies above 8,000 meters, where the air is so thin it's suffocating, with oxygen levels only one-third of that at sea level. To reach the death zone, climbers must undergo a lengthy acclimatization process. They first need to establish camps at various altitudes for altitude adaptation, a process that typically takes 40-60 days. Even experienced can only stay in the death zone for a very short time without oxygen support. Extreme low temperatures down to 40 C, intense UV radiation, and sudden blizzards all threaten climbers' lives. Moreover, high altitude can cause fatal complications such as pulmonary and cerebral edema. From a geological perspective, Mount Everest was formed by the continuous collision and compression between the Indian and Eurasian plates. The mountain continues to grow by approximately from each year. The death zone exists because atmospheric pressure decreases with altitude. And above 8,0 meters, it's only one-third of that at sea level, making it impossible for the human body to get sufficient oxygen. The Everest disaster of May 10, 1996, became one of the most tragic lessons in climbing history. That day, multiple climbing teams encountered a sudden blizzard at the summit. Experienced mountain guides Rob Hull and Scott Fisher both perished while trying to rescue team members. This incident claimed 8 lives and gave people a deeper understanding of the death zone's dangers. 9. The South Pole, the eternally frozen extreme. The South Pole is located in the interior of Antarctica, marking the intersection of Earth's axis of rotation with the southern hemisphere's surface. It's covered year-round by an ice sheet 2,700 meters thick, with an average annual temperature of 49 C, dropping as low as 80 to 0.8 C. Reaching it requires overcoming extreme cold, strong winds, altitude sickness, and complex international political approval procedures. Geologically, Antarctica is part of the ancient Gondwana, a supercontinent. About 180 million years ago, this landmass began separating from the supercontinent. Scientists have discovered numerous ancient fossils here, proving that Antarctica was once a warm forested region. The current extreme climate is due to its unique geographical location and atmospheric circulation patterns. On December 14, 1911, Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen became the first person to reach the South Pole. During this historic expedition, Amundsen and his team endured unimaginable hardships. They trekked nearly 3,000 kilometers in temperatures as low as 60 C, reaching the pole 33 days before British explorer Scott's team. Tragically, Scott's entire team perished on their return journey, becoming one of the most famous tragedies in polar exploration history. 8. K2, the Mountaineer's Nightmare. K2 is located on the border between China's Xinjiang and Pakistan in the Karakoram Range, standing at 8,611 meters as the world's second highest peak. The mountain's geological structure is extremely complex, primarily composed of metamorphic rocks and granite, formed about 40 million years ago during the collision between the Indian and Eurasian plates. What makes K2 special is its steep terrain and unique climate conditions. The complex topography around the mountain generates powerful updrafts, leading to frequent blizzards and avalanches. Being further north than avalanches, it experiences even more severe weather conditions. On July 31, 1954, Italian climbers Achille Compagnani and Lino Lastel made the first successful ascent of K2. However, this success came at a heavy price. During the descent, team member Mario Puccias perished, becoming one of K2's many victims. The K2 disaster of 2008 shocked the world when 11 climbers died during their descent, becoming the deadliest incident in K2's history. 7. Mariana Trench, the ocean's ultimate depth. Although the Mariana Trench is an oceanic feature, its formation is closely related to tectonic plate movements. Located in the western Pacific, it was formed by the Pacific plates abducting beneath the Philippine Sea Plate. This geological process began about 180 million years ago and continues today. The trench's deepest point, the Challenger Deep, reaches an astounding 11,034 meters, with water pressure 1,000 times greater than at the surface. The environment here is extreme, complete darkness, immense pressure, and near freezing temperatures. Yet, scientists have discovered surprising life forms adapted to these extreme conditions. In 2012, famous director James Cameron piloted the deep-sea Challenger submersible alone to the Challenger Deep. This expedition set a world record for solo deep diving, with Cameron spending nearly 3 hours in the abyss, collecting valuable scientific data and footage. This expedition not only advanced deep-sea research, but also demonstrated the greatness of human exploration spirit. 6. Dana Kl Depression, Earth's hottest hell. The Dana Kl Depression is located within the Great Rift System of the Horn of Africa and is one of Earth's most unique geological structures. It's experiencing the ongoing separation of the African continent from the Arabian Peninsula, moving apart at 1 to centimeters annually. This geological activity has created unique volcanic landscapes and hot spring systems. Geologically, the Dana Kl Depression is one of the few places on Earth where mantle activity can be directly observed. The Daulal volcano here contains the world's largest permanent lava lake, maintaining temperatures above 1000 C year-round. Surface temperatures regularly exceed 50 C, and with almost no annual rainfall, it's one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. In 2005, a British geological survey team experienced a severe dehydration crisis while researching here. Despite carrying adequate water supplies, the extreme heat caused team members to develop severe heat stroke symptoms, forcing an emergency evacuation. This incident highlighted the extreme environment's threat to human survival. 5. North Sentinel Island, the isolated forbidden land. North Sentinel Island is part of the Andaman Islands, geologically formed by the collision between the Indian and Myanmar plates as part of a volcanic island chain. This 70-square-kilometer island is surrounded by dense tropical rainforest and dangerous coral reefs. The Sentinelese people are possibly the last completely isolated primitive tribe on Earth. Anthropologists believe their ancestors settled here 60,000 years ago. Due to their long isolation, they have extremely low immunity to outside diseases, making any contact potentially catastrophic. In 2006, 2 Indian fishermen were killed by Sentinelese arrows when they accidentally approached the island. After this incident, the Indian government strengthened protection measures, extending the no-approach zone to 5 nautical miles around the island. The 2018 incident involving missionary John Cho drew global attention and further proved the place's dangers. 4. Bikini Atoll, the shadow of nuclear tests. Bikini Atoll is a typical coral atoll formed by coral growth around a sunken volcanic island millions of years ago. This atoll was once a vibrant marine ecosystem in the Pacific until it was chosen as a nuclear test site. Geologically, the nuclear tests had devastating effects on the atoll. The explosions not only altered the atoll's topography but also left lasting radioactive contamination in the coral reefs and seabed. Scientists estimate it will take tens of thousands of years for the radioactive materials to fully decay. In 1968, a French nuclear test engineer named Benoit Daniels witnessed the massive environmental destruction caused by nuclear explosions while working here. He later became an anti-nuclear activist, revealing extensive information about the environmental and health impacts of nuclear testing. His testimony helped people better understand the dangers of nuclear testing. 3. Mount Kailash, the sacred forbidden mountain. Mount Kailash is located in Tibet's Sali region and, geologically, is a unique peak formed during the Himalayan mountain building process. The mountain's nearly perfect pyramid shape is a rare geological formation that adds to its mystique. Geologists note that Mount Kailash is primarily composed of metamorphic and sedimentary rocks, with its unique shape created by ancient geological movements and subsequent glacial erosion. The surrounding area contains numerous ancient marine fossils, proving it was once the bottom of the ancient Tethys Sea. In 1985, famous mountaineer Reinhold Messner obtained permission from the Chinese government to climb Mount Kailash. However, upon seeing the devout faces of local pilgrims, he decided to abandon his climbing plans. He later wrote, "Some mountains shouldn't be conquered, they should remain sacred forever." This decision had a profound impact on the climbing community. 2. Libyan Desert, the world's driest desert. The Libyan Desert in eastern Sahara is one of the world's largest desert regions. Historically, it was once a lush grassland. About 6,000 years ago, changes in Earth's orbit led to dramatic climate change, gradually transforming it into today's extremely arid region. The desert's formation process is unique. Strong winds lift fines and particles, creating massive dunes up to 300 meters high. These dunes aren't static but move slowly at several meters per year, constantly changing the desert landscape. In 1923, Egyptian explorer Hassan Bey attempted to cross the Libyan desert. His entire expedition got lost in a sudden sandstorm. Under extreme water shortage conditions, they wandered in the desert for 2 weeks, with only Bay and 2 other team members surviving. He documented this experience in his book, The Lost Oasis, vividly demonstrating the desert's dangers. 1. Oymyakon, Siberia, the world's coldest inhabited place. Oymyakon is located on the East Siberian Plateau in Russia, with its unique geographical location and topographical features creating extreme low temperatures. Situated in a valley where cold air accumulates, combined with its inland location far from oceans, it has become the world's coldest permanently inhabited place, presenting extreme challenges to both equipment and human physiology. Geologically, it sits on the Siberian platform, containing rich permafrost layers hundreds of meters deep. These permafrost layers preserve numerous ancient biological remains and greenhouse gases. With global warming, the melting permafrost here could release large amounts of methane, potentially impacting global climate. In 1933, Soviet meteor